Good morning. I'm meteorologist Pete Mangione. We are in a pinpoint weather alert. A few things to update you on. The severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect for parts of South County has now expired, but we still have some downpours and potential thunderstorms moving through over the next several hours. Let's show you that on live Pinpoint Doppler 12. And you can see very active this morning. Now, I'll show you where we did have that severe thunderstorm warning. It was basically all this action right here. That is now since weakened, but there could be some rumbles of thunder and definitely some heavy downpours. We can actually hear the rain pounding down on the roof at our studios here in East Providence. You can see here along Route 6 some heavy downpours to contend with as you move through Seekonk. So some ponding on the roadways possible, street flooding, and a slight chance that we could get some moderate to minor river flooding along the Patuxent later on this afternoon. Now, one of the things we'll be watching not only this morning from that strong line of thunderstorms which appeared to come through the westerly area and then on up into Richmond, maybe portions of Exeter, would be down branches and trees and some isolated power outages. This afternoon, it's not so much that we're concerned about thunderstorms in our area, but the sun actually comes out. That helps stir up the winds, and we could actually see a second round of strong wind gusts. This would be a little more consistent with some gusts between 40 even 50 miles an hour possible. Again, that wind advisory starts at noontime and goes until this evening. North Scituate shows some drops here on the lens. You can see some puddles there on the roads. And it's mild out there right now. We're 64 in Providence, 64 in Newport, 65 westerly, 65 in New Bedford. And actually some of this mild air is helping fuel some of those downpours and some of those rumbles of thunder out there. 65 coming in from westerly and 64 from our weather station in Tiverton. Recent winds rather busy, sustained out of the southwest at around 10 in Providence, 15 westerly, 21 on Block Island, and recent gusts of around 32 in westerly, 26 on Block Island, and 23 in Smithfield. If you're looking at this wind gust map this afternoon, it'll look different. We'll see some numbers in the 30s, 40s, and maybe even the 50s as we head into Saturday afternoon. And it's because the center of low pressure, which is bringing some moisture right now, eventually rides up to the north. Behind it, it whips in some of those drier but busier wind gusts. So we sort of have two phases to the storm. We have the rain this morning and then the wind this afternoon, but we can't rule out some of those strong bursts of damaging wind gusts should any additional strong thunderstorms materialize. And again, we're going to watch this for rotation. There's also a slight chance of an isolated tornado developing as well. This is 9 o'clock in the morning with some showers, downpours, and potential thunderstorms. By noontime, scattered showers, clouds. After that, we start to improve. By 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I wouldn't be surprised if we get some breaks in the clouds. But again, that comes with some pretty strong wind gusts. If you're out there driving around today, make sure 2 hands on the steering wheel. You're going to really feel that wind try to take your vehicle away from you. And then tomorrow, I wanted to fast forward into tomorrow night because we'll have thousands of people outside to watch the Packers game, 9 p.m. When you see a blank map, that's really good. That means no rain, no clouds. It'll be cool and dry for the Patriots-Packers game. So how much rain are we talking about total? Well, generally between about 1 and 2 inches. However, there could be some isolated higher amounts. It really depends on where the downpour is set up, and if we get some of these thunderstorms to materialize, if they set up over one area for an extended period of time, then that could lead to some additional flash flooding issues. So the radar returns will sort of look like this as we go throughout the day. Some areas will have less rain, other areas will have more. This afternoon, temperatures will be actually dropping. So our high temperatures coming in over the next several hours into the 60s, maybe even the upper 60s. By this afternoon, around 2, 3 o'clock, we're back into the mid-50s. So around 52 in Wickford, temperatures around the low 50s for Scituate, Woonsocket later on this afternoon. And here in eastern Massachusetts, temperatures also in the mid-50s, around 56 in Fall River. Don't forget about those gusts potentially between 40 and 50 miles an hour. Tomorrow evening, looking good for the Patriots game. 40s at kickoff, 30s by the time you're walking back to your car. Here is a summary of our threats. The highest threats today would be the heavy rainfall, localized street flooding, and the strong wind gusts. Tomorrow, much better, mostly sunny, 53 degrees. You can always get an updated forecast over on our website.